channel. I'm Rhonda, and I hope that you had a great Valentine's Day, however you spent it, whether it was loving your pet, or loving your children, or loving your grandchildren, or loving your partner. It doesn't matter, just enjoy. I enjoyed mine. I got a few gifts with my hubby that we actually went to Michael's. He wanted to buy me something, so I chose something. And then I surprised him with a card and chocolates and a little mini teddy bear that I did not make. And he surprised me today with a card and a gift card to our local dollar store, which is great because I love buying craft items there. They have a really nice craft aisle, so it'll really come in handy. I'll show you some of the things that I bought as well and some of the things I've used. Anyways, in keeping with the theme of Valentine's Day, wearing red, but also if you had watched any of my previous videos, you will know that I was having quite the time trying to figure out what to do with this yarn. This is ice yarn and it is called Alpaca Color Glitz. And you will notice that it has pretty extreme variations in thickness. We're going from very thin to quite chunky. So what do you do with that? I worked it up and I frogged, and I worked it up and I frogged, and I tried various things. I found that to get a drapey effect, I had to use a very large hook, and I just wasn't feeling sure of how it was turning out. I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. It's really pretty yarn. It's got the sparkles and the variation in the reds, almost like a burgundy or fuchsia in there. Just stunning colors and really pretty yarn. But if you haven't worked with this type of yarn, it's a challenge, and it took me a long time to figure it out. And I'm going to show you what I finally decided, and I'm actually really pleased with it. So I will take you on a bit of a tour to show you where I put the item that I made with this yarn. So come with me, and I'm going to show you the lower level or basement of my home. So let's go. Okay, now here is a tour of my basement. This is because my other hobby is singing. This is a place to lounge and sing. Often do karaoke on this big screen. Before COVID, it was with friends. Here is a blanket that I made for my hubby for his 60th birthday. And I like these floating shelves. That's cool. Bought that vase in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So I just thought I'd share that with you. That's a painting of me when I was a baby. No, I didn't do it because I'm not that talented. And here is the room with the Paris theme. You'll have to excuse, there's a little bit of a mess in the corner. And at one point I did these little heart cushions. And look, there it is. This is what I decided to do with that yarn right there. And I'm going to give you all the information so you know how I did it. What I hadn't realized is in this bedding there are roses, which I didn't realize until I brought this cushion down. So I put that rose in without any awareness that there's roses in the bedding. So it matches so perfectly. I'm very happy with it. This is something I painted when I was young. I did have some help from the place where I was painting it. It was one of those places where you paint pottery, so the eyes aren't totally my work. But what I did do is I repainted the hat with the flowers and this portion here to make it match this room. What is in this vase is really cool. I purchased it at our Dollarama and I just love it. I love these sticks. The vase is red. I don't know if you can see that. So it matches the theme of the room. And that was purchased at a store called Home Sense. I also got this vase at Home Sense. I really love the glass. It probably needs to be dusted right now. And the berries I got at the dollar store as well, at Dollarama. And I like that. Friends become our chosen family. And this is something that had a green frame, but I painted it to incorporate the theme of the room. There is a bit of a reddish haze in there. I don't know. There you go. You can see how I blended it to match the room and the clock that I also bought at the store called Home Sense. So this is all trying to be a little bit of a Paris theme. And I'm going to show you the rest of my space. That's the treadmill I should have been on, but instead I was making a cushion. This is a room with a dollhouse theme. And so I decorated it with little miniatures. A little birthday set. And teddy bear, little doll, old toys. Notice the teddy bear. So it's dollhouse, but also there is an element of teddy bears in this space as well. See little furniture. Lacy curtains up top. More teddy bears. And then on the bed, this is a teddy bear that I have made. She's wearing a hat. She's got this little dress on, and I'll give you the information about what yarn I used. Little beaded necklace and matching panties. How cute is that? So that's basically how I incorporate my crochet into my spaces. More dollhouse theme. I just decided to have fun and create some fun space in my lower level of my home. So here are some more of the wooden pieces that I got at our Dollarama. And you'll notice there's the light, medium, and dark. And then the pine cones in this vase that I purchased at that store, Home Sense. And notice the cube. Isn't that cool? It's great for those karaoke with friends night, minus the wire that's showing. I usually have that hidden. I also have this salt rock lamp in the wall unit, and that lights up the space as well. So I quite like that. I hope you liked my tour, and I brought a couple of items upstairs with me to talk about them and to show you some of the yarns that I used to make them. So first, I'll show you this teddy bear. Isn't she sweet? I just loved when I made her, and actually I ran out of this yarn when I was making her, and so for a while she had no arms until I could order some more. Okay, so I do have some of the yarn left that I used to make the bear's body, but I don't have a label anymore. I think it's Bernat Premium. I don't know exactly the color, but it's just basic 100% acrylic beige yarn. Nothing fancy, nothing outstanding about it. I do have some yarn left that I made her outfit with, that being her hat, which is a bit of a sparkly purple, and her dress. So what I used for, I'll just sit her here. What I used for her hat is this discontinued Isaac Mizrahi yarn by Premier, and it's a craft yarn. It is 328 yards, 90% acrylic, 5% polyamide, 5% metallic, and it is classified as a 4-weight. I think it's a bit of a light 4-weight, but look at the sparkles in that. I just love this yarn, and I found it at Dollarama a while back, and I think there were like 2 or 3 skeins of it. I bought all 3 of them. I wish there was more because I would have bought more of them. I've enjoyed using it for various projects. So the other one I used was the Landscapes Cabana yarn. And that is a roving, so look at the colors in that. I've made some really pretty things with this one. And this is a roving style, 100% acrylic, and it is 147 yards, 4-weight. Beautiful. I don't know if it's discontinued. I don't know if you can still get it, because obviously the landscapes are still, I think they're still available. I bought some recently, but not in this colorway, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, that's how it's worked up in her dress, and her panties are a combination of the 2 yarns. She's so cute. I really love her. Okay, so I made her quite some time ago. The cushion I just finished making. So how did I make the cushion? And I have to say, please excuse my horrible nails. Normally I would do them over again, but like I said, I've been working on this pillow all day long, and I just have neglected my nails, and my hair is a mess. It was one of those craft days where I'm just so busy making something that I just hang out like a bum. Anyways, I'm loving it. I have to say, I'm really loving it. So I have some black eyelash yarn that I got secondhand, and I thought, what am I going to use this for? But I had it come in handy for a couple of things. If you notice the hearts on the other bed in the room, I use that as well to edge it with. So that's nice fuzzy yarn, and what a cool trim. So this cushion, obviously I used this ice yarn for this part here, and what I decided to do is this center part, I did an 8-inch square. Honestly, when I started using it, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but what I found was when I was crocheting it tight enough to make it look good, it was just too stiff and it lost the drapey texture, and so that's why I decided to do some home decor with it instead. And I really like this. So it was an 8-inch square. I did alternating single and double crochet, and the nice thing is it's very forgiving yarn because of the variation in it. You can't see if there's mistakes. So I tried to alternate the single and double. So when I did the next row, I would try to get the single on top of the double, and so on, whatever. But anyways, I tried my best. Sometimes it's hard to see with this yarn because of the variation, but I just think it turned out really nice. And then what I did is I did just a single crochet around the edges, and anytime I reached a corner, I would do three stitches. So just so you know that whenever you are doing a border around a square piece where there's corners, you must put 3 in the corner at least to maintain that corner shape. So you'll notice the single crochets in the edge, I did another 2 inches. And so what it made, it was a 12 by 12 cushion. The rose, I used Crystal from Bag a Day. She put out a pattern for this rose and the leaves, and so I did that, and then I just put a rhinestone in the middle. And the way I did the back was, once I did the square, I added on the extensions for the back, and I did one longer, and then I attached it with a slip stitch along the edges. And you can make this one long rectangle and fold it over. I decided I'm going to use 2 different types of yarn. So what I did when I finished my square, I just added fabric to one side and then I added to the other side, and I just did it in a single crochet stitch. So very simple. I wanted it tight. So single crochet seemed like the best bet for me. And I really liked the way this worked up because of the variation in thickness. It works up with its own little scalloped edge. And I overlapped, and inside I just made a black flannel square cushion, pillow, whatever you want to call it. I stuffed it with fiber fill, and I made it to size and put it inside. And that's why I decided to do the black edging, because you can see black through the spaces, and I just thought that it would really bring it together nicely. So I hope that explains it well. It's very beginner friendly because basically it's just a square or rectangle. That's all it is. And really, you can add the flower. Crystal from Bag a Day, that's her rose. It's a beautiful rose. You can add that. You can add a heart. You can add nothing. You can just have it plain. You can add an edging that you like. You can make it whatever color you like. Basically, it turns out that it's a rectangle just folded in on itself, and you could either sew it with a darning needle. I just did a slip stitch across to fasten it, and as long as it's overlapping, you've got your place to hold your pillow in place. You may already have a pillow that you want to redo a cover for, and so you can just do the cover and not have to make a pillow. You just put your pillow into your new cover. So there's a lot of different options with this, and you could use fancy yarn, or you could use any type of yarn you like. You can use variegated yarn, self-striping yarn, blanket yarn, bulky yarn. It doesn't really matter. It's just the idea that you can create something for your home that matches your decor that you love, and add some embellishments if you like. And that's pretty much it. So I used 2 of these almost, and those are 50-gram skeins. I just had this much left. And then I matched the rose to the back in Lion Brand Pound of Love in Cherry. And I used Heartland yarn left over, some green. You can see the variation in the color. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the color. It may be discontinued. It's just yarn that I had from a previous project, leftover yarn. So I used that for the leaves. And there you have it. You could make it exactly like mine, but you really don't have to. Just have fun with it. So that Paris themed room, I just felt it matched really well. I might have to make another one, but I'm quite happy with my decision on how I'm going to use this yarn. So the other thing I wanted to show you was what I got for Valentine's Day to help me stay organized. This is what I chose when I went to Michael's. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you my messy craft room / studio. This is where I do my filming, and I will show you my yarn selection, my yarn stash. There's Penny. You might have seen her in a previous video. She doesn't look too well right now, but she's just resting. And here are some of my projects and lots of yarn in here, all inside. And there's my ice yarn, some more yarn there, some more yarn in those tubs, and some more yarn on the shelf. And in my closet is what I got for Valentine's Day. Look at this. This is where I put all my crafty things. There's no yarn in here, but I've got beads in these containers, and I got this as well. And I've got all kinds of crafty things that I use in my projects. I like to incorporate some fancy little things in with my crochet, like the rhinestone on my pillow. So I've got sewing stuff here. I've got fasteners, buttons. I've got many buttons in this here. Word beads, letter beads. And this is for a amigurumi where I have some embroidery thread. Actually, this was given to me by a friend who had no more need for it. This I took out of another item, and it will be great for amigurumi one day. Listen to this. I've got some eyes in here. This is just some wrapping things. I've got bells, wooden pieces. Oh, there are my rhinestones, hair bands. I use those sometimes. What else? Oh, all my pom-pom things. I've got pom-poms, faux fur pom-poms in here. My pom-pom maker there. And I've got material in these big tubs. I made my pillow out of this black flannel. Lots of ribbons and lace and some wired cord. Some felt, and I used the felt for my Super Mario and also some Yoshis that I made for my grandson, and pipe cleaners. I'll show you some more things that I have in here as well. So in case you haven't seen my Super Mario, the Yoshi I can't really show you except in a picture because it's now with my grandson. But I made an extra Super Mario. The M is felt, and the eyes are made, whoops, with layered felt as well. They're going in and out blurry. I think you can see them. And same with the eyebrows, I made in felt. And that's Super Mario. Okay, so here's what I have in this wonderful case. It's just an awesome case. And all of these things were in bags hanging in my closet or somewhere else. It just was not organized at all. And I did make another video that I'm going to post showing how I use some of these items. But here I've got some little flowery things, berries actually. And I've got some roses. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how I use some of these things. And more little pretty roses. I love these. And a lot of these I got Dollarama in the craft section. I'm really into buttons. I like a nice variety of buttons. So I'm not going to take them out, but you can see that I've got all different colors for when I need them. More buttons in various colors. And these are big buttons. And again, check out my next video because I'm going to show you how I use some of these things. I kept these because these are in sets. So I've already organized those ones. Here are some wooden star buttons. Haven't used those yet, but I'm sure I'll find something to do with them. I've used these. There's some little tiny ones I don't think I'll use, but I've used some of these, and I'll show you how in my next video. These ones came with the buttons. They're not buttons, but I think I can use them for something. They're really cool looking. And little pom-poms. And more embroidery threads. These are sparkly. And these are fuzzy. And again, I got these secondhand. I wouldn't have bought this many. These are all different types of ribbon. And I've used some of these for amigurumi. And some more. So everything is filled. I didn't think I would fill it all, but I did. So those are the things I got for Valentine's Day, plus a $25 gift card to Dollarama. So if I need more craft items, which, where would I put it? But I'm sure I'll find a use and a place. I've got that as well. So I enjoyed myself this Valentine's Day. And one more thing. Well, Valentine's Day. What do we think of when we think of Valentine's? Roses. And hearts. If you were watching my tutorial on this cute little pouch with the hearts. And chocolate. So I have one little chocolate heart. Remember I said I gave my hubby chocolate? Well, this is one of them, and he did share some with me, but I saved this one, and I know it's not Valentine's Day anymore, but that's okay. I can't find, get this out. It doesn't want me to eat it, but I'm going to eat it. That's so funny. I know the, oh, there it is. I found it. Little red Valentine. Oh, I'm holding it sideways. Valentine chocolate heart. Yum. Mmm. So good. Mmm. So good. Well, anyways, happy belated Valentine's Day. I was so busy making this cushion. I really hoped to finish it sooner, but unfortunately it took me the balance of Valentine's Day to do it. And I'm just happy it's done. But I might have to do a number 2, so, oh, that didn't sound right. A second cushion. I might have to make a second Valentine pillow. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. It was a lot to see. If you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you will. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Keep your eye open because I'm going to show you how I use some of those craft items. Bye for now.